Is this supposed to automatically start again? The same screen.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming today. This is our first meeting, our second meeting of the month of May. Call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Chapman.
Present.
Alderman Bradford.
Here.
Alderman Wilson.
Present.
Alderman Dubose.
Present.
Alderman Bastro. Here.
Yeah.
Alderman Chesney.
Here.
Alderman Leonard. Here we have a quorum.
Thank you. Ms. Alderman, Pastor's on the call.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Alderman, for calling in. Gentlemen, we have in front of us if you will check your copy email that was sent out with the minute agenda, let us make these adjustments. I'd like to add to the consent agenda item 414, dealing with Tyler Technology. One remove from the main agenda item 5.1. The reason for that is your attorney for the tower would like to have time to prepare a presentation. So we granted him that, and the presentation will be made at the 16th meeting of next month, June 16th. We have notified all of our local people that was concerned, Bob Board and the church. They're aware of this change, so the meeting will be on the 16th. Want to remove item 5.2, memorandum of agreement for NDA. The attorney want to review that a little more. We want to add 5.7. This is a resolution from our grant administrator. On a 4 from the consent agenda, item 4.5 through 4.8. And the reason for that is all of those are FEMA items. And I met today with the engineers, and they're telling us that the amount of money FEMA is offering to pay for these items far less than what the quotes are coming in at. So we're going to have another meeting with FEMA to see if they can adjust what they've agreed to pay for these areas to be prepared, mainly for fire and police department. So we're pulling out a consent from the consent agenda 4.5 through 4.8. All of that is dealing with. Is there any item that you wish to pull from any other item from the consent agenda to the main agenda?
To approve the amended agenda.
Well, let me just mention one thing before you do that, Alderman. You have a folder, vanilla folder at your desk, which is a draft report from the fire department that will be going to the state. We ask you to review that. That is coming from our interim chief. We ask you to review that, and we will have a call meeting next week for him to give us a more detailed report and get our input on that report that's going to the state. Alderman Chapman.
So move to approve the amended agenda.
Second.
second by, motion by Alderman Chapman, second by Alderman Wilson, that we accept the agenda with those additions to the agenda, those adjustments to the agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Alderman Vessel. Gentlemen, we have, ladies and gentlemen, Alderman Leonard is not with us tonight, as you see. And he has the program for tonight, and he asked me to introduce his friend, and he's also my friend, as our guest tonight for our devotion. He's none other than Pastor Jimmy Wilson. Pastor.
Well, how about a word of prayer? It's okay? So, Father, we're grateful this night, just with the thought and realization that you trusted us with this great city of Moss Point. And Lord, our heart's desire is to be good stewards of what you've given into our hands. And bless the mayor. He's a man of great wisdom and a vision. Keep him strong and healthy. Keep him forward and progressive as he has been, God. Give him all of the support that he needs for the vision that you've given him. Touch each and every alderman, God, those that are present, those that are not. Encourage them in their way as they represent each of their wards well, as they take care of each of the people that they're responsible for. There's a great weight heavy on the shoulders of those that lead our city, and difficulty is not new to them. But nights like these, we're looking forward to solution. And we know, Lord, that somewhere you have the answers. And so we humble ourselves tonight to receive of you. So Holy Spirit, be present with us, speak to us, be our influence. We're looking for answers and clarity, not confusion or contention. And we're grateful that we come together for a singular purpose, to make Moss Point better. Not what it once was in the past, but we believe that there's a greater vision, a greater future for this city. Not just for us, but those who will follow us, those who we haven't met yet, because they are yet to come. And we're grateful that you've entrusted us with this time and this space. Let it be to your glory, in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Please stand for the vote, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Thank you very much again, Pastor. Thank you so much for coming. We mentioned too, before we get into the agenda, our attorney, Pierce, is on the call. He not here tonight, had a medical issue that he's dealing with, but he's doing well and he's on the call in case we need him, he'll chime in. He's just gonna listen at this point, but if we need him, he'll talk to us. We are down to our reports, presentation of the reports. Is there any question from any board members to any of our department heads?
Coach Paul is here. You represent. I just want to say that we had closing ceremony Saturday for youth league. It was just great. Chuck, y'all did a fantastic job. Kids were excited, the parents were excited, the community excited how the field is looking. Soon as we can get the construction thing cleared out over there, we have done great work out there. We can start on the batting cages for next year. So already talking about coming back into the league. Baseball has been just successful. Y'all did a great job. I enjoyed myself. I kind of overheated, but I enjoyed myself. Thank Mr. Wilson, Alderman Wilson, for coming into the Milwaukee with us. Whoever missed it, Mr. Treat, because they got rings, ribbons, and trophies. They were just hot dogs, hamburgers. They was excited. Hadn't seen that park like that in a long time. I appreciate the great work y'all done, bro.
Any other questions or comments? The question for department heads. Okay, down to number 3, the public comments. Ms. Gail Smith. Ms. Gail. Gail, if you give your name and your ward. Pardon me.
Good evening. My name is Gail Smith, and I'm a resident of the side. Mayor, the board members, and fellow citizens, I stand before you again tonight to address my concerns regarding Sue Ellen, the park and the recreation building status as well. I toured the park with another resident a few weeks ago, and I'm concerned about the condition of the park. Because it's a beautiful park, but it's not being maintained. And is this under the city's purview? Because it should be, if not, why not? The benches, there was overgrowth in the benches, because it can be utilized. And we need to promote what's here and utilize what's here. So our kids and our community can use it, because we're planning events, but if it's underserved and underused, how will they know? And simple things like cleaning that up, because that can be a liability for the city, and we don't need that. Because there are benches that it's got metal exposed, and the tables, we don't need that, and that's one. In the baseball field, there's a fence back there. It needs to be repaired, and all of that can be put to use, and we can make use of it, and we need to. And then my second issue is because we wanted to do an event there, but then we found, we were anticipating the youth. We found it best to use Second Street Park. But I'm thinking too, I said, but then we got this beautiful Sue Ellen Street too. And my goal is, like I said, I'm a lifelong resident. Even though I don't live in that area, I'm concerned about all of Moss Point, all of it. And we need to take part in it as citizens too, to maintain it. And as well as the city and all of the departments that are supposed to maintain it, that's our job, as well as yours. And it's all about accountability and responsibility. So that's why I'm here, and I'm out in the community advocating as well. So, and that's the main thing I'm here too, is because we need Sue Ellen, the recreation center, because we don't have any recreation at all. I love the fact that we talked about the sports complex, but that's going down the road. But we need something now. Let's do something while we have it on hand, and do something that's within reason, and we can do something that's short term now, and we can help get the monies later. Put our kids to use now, year round. That have that, even if we have to decrease the size of the building, let's do that. If the funds are there for Sue Ellen, let's rebuild it, put it to use so our kids won't be outsourced. That's what hurts me. Because we can build our community, and I get so tired of people trying to down Moss Point, and that's not the case. Because first it was safety and it was education. Moss Point flows out of the water of education. They got the #1 graduation rate. Look at our CTE program and all the other programs. I attend the board meetings just like I do here. And I started a chapter. Mr. Wilson can tell you, in 2015, Parents for Public Schools of Moss Point to advocate for our public education and to build that barrier. So I know education and safety, those are the issues now. We've got a strong police force, but it takes all of us to work together. So now we need to do something as far as recreation we need a building now to do that, to keep our youth here. So, and then I just say something that can be completed within 26 and 27, and then go forward with the big project, because I'm supporting that too, because I love Moss Point. I want us to grow, but I want us to grow together, and I want us to be unified across this board. Unified. Even if there's a difference of opinion, that's fine, but you still be united, okay? Because all of that reflects out here, and we need to show a strong force. So that's all I have to say.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Smith.
Appreciate it, Ms. Smith.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is this, can make out this handwriting? I'm sorry. Tasha,
Yes, sir.
come on up. What was your name and, you in Ward 3?
No, sir. Yes, sir. Tim DeVos. My name is Natasha Nettles.
Okay.
And I own the venue here in Moss Point. I've been here for 3 years. And some of my other tenants out there that went South End Plaza have came before the board on numerous occasions asking about this parking lot situation. This past week, so I'm an insurance adjuster, so sometimes I have to go to work at different places and be gone early in the morning. So this past week, about 6:20 in the morning, I'm at my building getting ready for an event with loading some things. I come outside, the police is out of the parking lot giving tickets at 6 o'clock in the morning. And so he was rude. I said, "Sir, is there a problem?" He looked at me, he kept on writing. And I'm like, "Why are you giving a ticket?" And I'm on the load. He said, "If you got a problem, take it up to the judge." I said, "Take it up with the judge." I said, "What's the problem? You're in a fire lane. I'm on load in my car." So everybody in this parking lot has been harassed by this little guy, little small Asian guy or whatever. On the opposite end of the parking lot, it's abandoned. No business has been there in over 20 years. He out there giving people out there a ticket at 6:22, sir. But now, when we call the police department, they tell us, because we have a problem with the homeless being out there, they told us there's private property, we have to contact our landlord. Landlord came out, put no trespassing, no loitering signs. Yet all these people are out there cutting on our water, running water, trashing the parking lot in front of our establishments. People out there laying down while the policeman sitting there giving heartbreakers a ticket. But here's this big old sign saying no loitering, no trespassing, but you allow this man still to lay here asleep. To look out with all the tattoos, he comes and throw trash all over my parking lot. At least twice a week, I'm paying somebody to clean up in front of my establishment, and it's not fair. Either we're being harassed or not supported. And you say you want businesses in Moss Point, but here I've been there 3 years, never had a problem or complaint. And then when I have to be at work at 7 o'clock in the morning in Mobile, I come outside and being ticketed because I'm unloading my car. That's not fair. That's really not fair. If I'm there at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, or I'm there at 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and sometime I do, I don't feel like it should matter where I park at, because I pay rent there. And so the little guy, he would not respond, would not address me. He said, "If you have a problem, take it up to the judge." I don't feel like I should have to take it up to the judge. I'm taking it up with the people where I live at, because I pay taxes here and I pay rent down there, and I don't pay $5 worth of rent. My rent is over $2,000 a month, and I don't feel like I should be harassed about being in my building at 4 or 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. So I just need to know, because like when I called the police station that same morning, I was told that there's public property. It's public when we call, but it's private. It's private property when we call as a complaint, but when there's something going on that benefits a ticket, and then you can do what you want to do. So Mr. Tark has been here several times, and we've always been told, call the mayor's office. But I'm standing here today because I need to know am I in private property or if I'm in public property? Because at this point, I'm ready to take my property and move my establishment somewhere else because I can't keep doing this all the time. You know, when I walk outside and I see my parking lot trashed and homeless people out there, nobody wants to come to a building when you got homeless people laying all out there in front of your establishment. So I need to know what's gonna be what with that parking lot? Is it public? Because my landlord say she done what she was supposed to do. She put no trespassing signs, no loitering, but still the people do it. And I never saw anybody arrested out there for trespassing or loitering. But we get ticketed for parking, unloading out cars and stuff. That's not fair as a business owner.
Okay, this is what I would like to do. If you would agree, then I would like for you to come meet with me,
Okay,
with the police chief,
okay.
so we can talk about this.
Okay. What day is
We want to be consistent, and we want all business to be treated fair, take care of the homeless situation, about to find out what was the ticket all about. So if you would meet, if you can give me a number, Trish, give Trish your phone number for me, I will contact you.
Yes, sir.
Let's set up a meeting so we can talk about it, so we can solve this issue, okay? All right, you went through that. Okay, all right, who's right here? Come up, come up and tell us who you are and what ward you in?
Ward 3.
Okay,
It's the-
okay. All right, go ahead.
I just want to address the board, say I appreciate that you have a forum where we can come forward and actually address issues and other things. But my whole purpose for coming here is to actually say thank you to you, Your Honor, the Mayor, as well as Aldermen Dubose. Back in 2023 on Kimberly Drive, we had a lot of problems, a lot of pipe bursting. It would flood every time it rains. But I talked to Mr. Dubose and he started arranging community meetings. And during that time, he would also bring in somebody from Clearwater, Public Works, and they worked together to try to resolve the issues. Then also during that time, I also approached you, but by means of email. So you never really saw me. But you did talk to me and you was just as attentive. And you actively listened, you comment on it, and you made a promise. You promised to help. I actually have the email on my phone. And sure enough, between the both of y'all, y'all did help. Y'all came up with a grant. You applied the grant to Kimberly Drive. We got new pipes, and y'all actually added more drainage to the street. So we don't have any more pipe bursting, and we do not have any more flooding. So my purpose for coming here, instead of complaining, is to say thank you. I came here before to complain, but I always address the board in a dignified manner. Y'all responded in a dignified manner. You told me it would take time. It took some time, but y'all fixed it. So all I want to say is thank you.
Well, we appreciate you, Ms. Prince.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One of your other advocates from out there, Miss Betty McMillan. You remember Betty? She lived out there on Kimberly Drive, and she sat there almost every meeting, staring me right in the face, reminding me of what I said. So I'm glad we was able to do that. So it's the work of all of us working together to get these projects done. So thanks to our engineer and our public works department, the contract that they hired to do that work. You know, we're all in this together. So it's not just what I did. Everybody had something to do with that.
Thank y'all.
Okay, thank you for willing to say that. Anybody else, Trish? Okay. All right, we're down to the consent agenda. If we can get a action on the board for item 4.1, remembering that we moved 4.5 to 4.8. So with the exception of those, can we get an approval 4.1 to 4.14?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second by Alderman Wilson and second by Alderman Chastain. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Ayes, thank you, Brother Braswell. Down to the main agenda items. 5.1 was poor, 5.2 was poor. We're down to 5.3.
5.3 is approved decline memorandum of understanding between the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources and the City of Moss Point for the purpose of establishing the agreed upon conditions under the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources to allocate funds to the City of Moss Point for the Moss Point North Shoreline Enhancement Project pursuant to the Gulf of Mexico Energy Security Act of 2006. Public Law 109 through 432, submitted by Mayor Billy Knight.
Pleasure of the board.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Alderman Chapman and second by Alderman Wilson. Are there any questions? Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
5.4, approved decline request to reappoint Andrew Jackie Ely to the Jackson County Utility Authority Board pursuant to statute 49-17-733 of the Mississippi Code. The City of Moss Point director shall be the person residing within the corporate boundaries of Moss Point and will serve the term of 6 years from May the 1st, 2026. Submitted by Mayor Billy Knight.
Motion to approve. Motion. Second.
I have a statement or a question I want to look at. Mayor, I know Mr. Jackie, and I respect him and appreciate him, but I had spoke with him before the meeting, and I would like for us to sit down with him and talk to him about that board that he sits on. I think he's a good representative. Maybe we just out of contact with him, but there's some things that Jackson County Utility Authority has done or ignored or whatever that I really don't think is right. And if he's our representative, maybe we haven't conveyed that to him. So I'd like to sit down and talk with him. We can vote him in, but I would like to sit down. I told him I want to talk to him because we got the sewage problem now, we got the water bill problem and all that. And maybe they don't, something ain't getting across to them, and we want to make sure our representative know, at least I want to let him know how I feel about it. I mean, it's not fair, to vote him down and nothing like that. I would like to talk with him because I think he's a good man, and I believe if he knew how we was thinking, he would do that. But that's my spiel on that because that's a very important board he sat on, and he should know the pulse of this board right here because he's representing us.
We have a motion by Alderman Wilson and second by Alderman Chester. Is there any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The nays?
Aye.
Ayes have it. What we would do is, hold on a minute, Alderman Bradford. What we could do is, just like I said with the young lady from the venue, is that we could set a date and we could ask Ms. Kelly to come meet with us. You want to, what is the format of that? You want all of us?
Whoever want to sit in on it, it's just some questions I want to ask, that I know he knows. But I want to hear, because sometimes you can get on those boards and get with the board and forget, I ain't saying this would happen, but just a lot of things go on in Jackson County Utility Authority concerning Moss Point that I think we need to address.
So would you?
I represent, I'd rather for him to take it to him than, we can go to the meeting, I guess, but I'd rather for him to be our spokesperson if that's what he's going to do.
Okay.
So whenever, anybody welcome to come, or we can have a public hearing, or we can have just, it for us to get together, it's meeting. So
We'll set that meeting up. Ms. Kelly, set that meeting up with you. Congratulations. Serving us again. Congratulations. That's good boy. Mr. Green.
Gotta take a vote. You have the first and the second.
Yes, we got a motion to second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it.
5.5, approve decline recommendation to hire Christopher Turner as a full-time police officer certified, submitted by Dennis Stevenson, Chief of Police.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second by Alderman Chapman. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
5.6, approve decline recommendation to hire Thomas Turner as detective, submitted by Dennis Stevenson, Chief of Police.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Alderman Chastain, second by Alderman Wilson.
Could I ask the chief a question?
Yes, please.
Chief, where you at now? How many you short now? You've been hiring pretty good. You about to level it out?
So that's the big power. So tonight, so we have to take advantage of the task forces that will put us in a position to be working for money. We're not getting that now the task force, but I guess the Marshals and the FBI task force, not just it's entirely it's some of those task forces. About 20 patrol officers. Still got training.
Thank you. I can tell you, it's just me now. It's quiet around here. So whatever you're doing, just keep it up. It's quieter than I've seen in a long time. Thank you.
Any other questions? The motion on the floor?
Yes.
Yes.
Chastain and Wilson.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Ayes have it.
Item 5.7, approve decline a resolution authorizing the preparation and submittal of an application for funds from the National Gas Distribution Infrastructure Safety and Modernization Grant Program, FY 2026, and authorize the mayor to execute same for submission of the U.S. Department of Transportation, submitted by Tricia Thickney and the City Department.
Motion to approve. Second.
There's a motion by Alderman Chapman and second by Alderman Wilson. Any questions? Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
We're down to discussion, item 5.8, discuss city property by Alderman Sherwood Bradford, Ward 1.
Miss Krista, did you get that address? I don't see it on here, but I didn't bring it with me. But there's a house on Gryson Street, far out East Gryson. They say we own it.
It's it.
I've checked on it. They kind of say we own it. I had one guy come to my house want to buy it. I said, I can't, you got to go talk to them. He said they didn't want to sell it or whatever. But it has grown up so bad. And it looks ridiculous. We just tore a house down about a half a block from there from being a menace to society, to the county city. But here's property that we own. They say we own it. The house is in bad shape. It's grown all up. Kids out there going behind there doing something. And I just need us to look into, I thought Mark was going to be here tonight because I had discussed it with Mark. And he said, yeah, the city owns it. And he said he don't know what our plans are. But we need to find out, because if we correct another folk demolishing their property, then they find out we own that ain't gonna be good. So I would like Mayor to get that address. I thought I had it wrote down here, but we need to make a decision what we're gonna do with that property. I don't know how we came to own it, but it's a nice house, really. But the property is just, it's ridiculous.
Mayor, after Mr. Bradford called, my department did contact Marcus. And he said he's aware of the property. It does need to be demoed and he'll bring that before the board consideration.
We'll get it done.
Thank you.
Okay, and, Mr. Bradford also has another discussion, discuss report status of Sue Ellen Gym.
Well, I think Ms. Gale done represented us all tonight. We all on the same page with that. Ms. Dubois want to add something, but I think she kind of said what we all thinking about Sue Ellen. Thank you.
It's been said. It's absolutely been said. So, you know, as I've always advocated, you know, it's just before we tear a building down, especially Sue Ellen, which has been in the heartbeat of our city, is that I would like to have a concrete plan and something finite in its resurrection, you know, in the midst of tearing it down. So that was just pretty much, and Ms. Gale said most of everything that we needed to say. So I think.
You know, first, we don't respond to comments, for 3 minute comments, but in this case, and since we're talking about Sue Ellen, I will meet with our athletic director and Chuck about the baseball field and the fence that you're talking about to see what needs to be done. Chuck, you're all aware of that, right? You're aware of what they're.
Finished redone. Before now, we call it 2 it's dugout redone. We're working on it, it's a slow process.
I guess I have one question. I didn't think about it till you brought it up. When you say the park, you're not talking about the walking trail, right?
Yeah, by there, where the benches are, when you first walk in that entrance behind, like you pass that parking lot past the gym and behind the fire station, it's a fence, you know, where that sign says Sue Ellen. When you walk, there's a bench to your left. You can't really see it because it's overgrown. The bench is in good shape, but it's overgrown.
Isn't that area being cut? Is that part of our cut?
No, Chuck, keep that up.
That's a B&B thing. We're in the process of maintaining the park, but grass cutting fall on B&B. And there are some benches out there that are going to need, I think, well, a tree fell on there, or during a tornado or something.
It's for the shrub that had overgrown the entrance. Really, for that. Because we were thinking about trying to trim it out. I said, I can't do that because I have a problem just staying on 2 feet, you know?
Give me a little bit, I promise I'll take it care of.
And we have to check to make sure it's a B&B issue, because
No, I'm saying the grass could be an issue.
B&B, yeah, I know, but inside a park, you know, that was our issue, not B&B. We were to maintain the parks. BB is to cut outside of those parks on the right of way and stuff. You're talking about inside the park. Inside the park. We'll talk, we'll get together and talk about that to make sure about that. Just so everybody know what their responsibilities are. Okay? But finally on the Sue Ellen thing, guys, just know it all comes down to money. It all comes down to money. So if anybody got any ideas, you know, we're trying. I told you, we're doing more than one thing. We are doing more than one thing. So if you got any ideas where more money is, please let me know. Because it all comes down to money. And how much money will determine how fast we can get it done. Yes, I want it yesterday. It all comes down to money. Okay? Let's take that.
We have no executive session. 5.10 is to adjourn.
Could I ask a favor of y'all?
Motion to adjourn.
Hold on, excuse me.
I want to ask a question, a favor of y'all. Could y'all help me cheer for the Knicks? We ain't won none since I was in high school. Since y'all hear me cheer for the New York Knickerbockers, we ain't won nothing since I was in high school. Second motion.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all for coming.
Now,